Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in today's video I'm going to share with you 3 fabulous spring Easter DIYs that are so easy to make. I'm so excited because during the month of March we'll be sharing brand new videos Monday through Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time with a theme of spring and Easter DIYs, decorating ideas, tips, and hacks in order to help you to create something beautiful in your home this spring season. So if you are interested, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends on Facebook, on Instagram, and on WhatsApp. Why? Well, because it is free and it really helps this channel. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Alright you guys, so we're gonna get started with this fabulous collection of 3 Easter spring DIYs. They are some of my favorites that I've ever done on my YouTube channel. Let's take a look. Alright everyone, so let's get started with our first spring DIY for today. And I'm super excited because we're going to use the same viral bunnies that you guys can see come in a variety of colors. You can call Shannara Design Center if you want to order some. And then also we've already done some wreaths DIYs that you guys have already seen here on the video. So today I'm going to make kind of like a centerpiece. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a skewer and I'm going to put my skewer all the way down like this. I'm going to cut a little bit of it, probably about this much. It is made out of styrofoam, so really it doesn't need that much security because it's super light. But just to keep it in place, I'm going to go ahead and put it through the skewer. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of the greenery. This is some of my favorite greenery and it is from Walmart. And you know that I like to cut it all at once. So that way, well, it's easier that way. It's faster as well. How are you guys doing today? Are you having a blessed Sunday? Let me tell you, Sundays here are my favorite days because we get to read your comments and answer to your comments. So be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what is your favorite thing that you've seen here on the channel. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go lightly with my greenery. So I'm going to start by getting closer to the bunny, and you have to really be careful with this type of greenery because it gets tangled up. So remember, what happens on the right happens on the left, and then what goes up must come down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and go across my foam. And for this particular DIY, I chose a basket because I thought, you know, spring and baskets, Easter decorating. So I just figured it would be super fun. All right, so we're going to add some greeneries. And remember that what goes up must come down. So for that, you have to make sure that you put some spillers. You know, floral design, it's all about the thriller, the filler, and the spiller. So that's why I'm always telling you what goes up must come down is basically the same thing. You have to find yourself some spillers in order to make your bouquet look cohesive. All right, so I'm going to poke one last one right here. I think that's good. I just wanted some greenery. I'm not gonna use all of it. I'm gonna put some to the side because you know I always like to save some of those greeneries for the end to kind of go back in and fill in if I have to. All right, so my first flower is going to be this white hydrangea, and I'm going to do a triangle. So this is the front, obviously where the little bow is, and I just think it's super adorable. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna try not to cover the front too much with the hydrangea. So I'm gonna go one right here, and then I'm gonna cut this a little shorter too, and I'm gonna go all the way to the back for sure. And as you can see, I put it a little bit higher than the other one. And then to create that triangle, I'm gonna put the other one over here to this side as well. And look at that, you can still see the front of the bunny. We have some hydrangea that is starting to cover some of that mechanics. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some of these bushels from, it's a hyacinth. This is from Walmart as well. You guys, Walmart has some really good florals. For what they are, you know, sometimes you get what you pay for, but if you are a DIY or a crafter like I am, then sometimes they do have some really good variety of florals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one right here to my right, and then remember what goes up must come down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter, and I'm going to go down like this. Remember that by adding a few florals together, you create more of a focal point, and it starts to fill in our floral basket better. And then, like I say, it shows better as well. So I'm going to go ahead and spin it right here so you guys can see. So what I'm going to do is I put one facing up. So now I'm going to do one facing down. making sure that goes into the foam. And if you know me, you know that I love the sound of the foam being poked. It's one of my favorite things. When I worked at the flower shop, you guys, I used to get my, I'll show you, I used to get my ear close to it because I love, can you hear that? It is just so much fun. Right, so I'm gonna put another one right here before, I take the tag off. And I'm gonna add one right here, spilling forward like that. And for the front, I'm just gonna add one right here to the front. Because remember, I'm trying not to cover so much of the bunny. And I love a monochromatic scheme. I think it is super beautiful. So now with this longer flower, it's a linear flower. So what I'm going to is I'm gonna bring some height to my arrangement. I'm gonna go right there. I'm gonna do a fan, what we call a fan. So we're gonna fan it out. As you guys can see, it's like cascading down. So now I'm gonna get a little short one and I'm gonna cut it a little bit shorter. Now I'm gonna show you a trick. You cut right here where the foliage is. So now you're left with a little flower to fan out like this. And then you're left with the greenery. We'll go ahead and poke it in because that kind of helps it to be a little bit more natural looking. As natural as silk flowers are going to look. I'm gonna do the same over on this side. I'm gonna add one right here. But on this side, I'm only going to do two. Once again, I'm going to cut right out the greenery. I'm gonna put this guy right here. And then I'm gonna add my greenery somewhere over on this side. Like this. And so for the front, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna cut one in half. And I'm gonna leave this one with the greenery and I'm just gonna add it right here. And then I'm going to add this other little one over here. Like that. To kind of create that color scheme all throughout my arrangement. You know what? I think I'm gonna stop right here because what I want to do is I'm gonna bring out some of these other blue flowers that I have over on this side. And I'm going to get rid of this guy right here. I just have a few of these hyacinth. I think it's actually a lilac. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna poke some of this lilac all throughout my bouquet. Let me see. I'm gonna spin it around to kind of see where I'm going with it. Like that. I'm gonna bring some to the back. Remember, what goes up must come down. You have to have your flowers all throughout. So far, so good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna move my basket over to this side because I wanna do a cute little burlap bow. I think a burlap bow, it is such a classic look for spring, especially if you're doing monochromatics. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna fold real quick. It's gonna be something simple. I'm just gonna do about an inch, 5-inch loop. I'm gonna fold down. The secret here is to twist like this. And I'm going to do maybe a 3-loop bow and 2 tails. And you know what? To do another tail, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down like this and fold. Now I'm gonna do like that bigger loop and I'm going to cut right about here. And put this to the side. So then what I want to do is I'm going to grab a zip tie. So I'm gonna grab a skewer and then also I'm going to grab, let's see. I have a zip tie over here. So I'm gonna get over on this side. And then I'm gonna grab one of these wires and this is going to do the trick. So what you're going to do is you're gonna zip tie your little bow. It is the easiest way. Thumbs up for zip tie, you guys. It is such a lifesaver. If you're a crafter, 2 things you need. Your hot glue gun and your zip ties. Okay, so once you have it like that, you wanna fluff it. You wanna make sure that this longer tail goes down. Then before I cinch all the way, I'm going to introduce this little wire right here. Before I cinch it all. It's a little hard at the time. There you go. And do you guys talk to yourself when you're decorating and DIYing? I have that awful habit where I like talk to myself as I continue to decorate. Right, then I'm gonna twist this guy right here. So what we're going to do with this loop going down, I'm going to cut it right about here. And so now as you can see, we're gonna have some extra tails by having that extra loop. So I'm gonna just dovetail all of this guy right here. And then what I'm going to is I'm gonna grab my skewer and I'm gonna grab the wire that I've selected and I'm going to twist that wire into my skewer. And that's gonna serve us as a pick. And I'm gonna cut some of it like this. And so now we have a beautiful burlap bow. So what I'm going to is I'm gonna select maybe, let's see. I'm gonna put it right here on this side. I'm gonna insert like that. I'm gonna bring my tails. And just like that, you have a beautiful arrangement with hyacinths and hydrangeas and greenery and a beautiful bunny that I think is super adorable. What do you guys think? Now tell me how easy it is to make this basket arrangement. I love that bunny. It went viral again, and you can find it in most big box stores like Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Target. I mean, you name it, you can find it there and you can recreate this look. But now I'm going to share with you how to set a beautiful Easter spring table for your Easter celebration in 2025. Let's take a look. All right, so the very first thing I like to do when I set a table is give my table a quick wipe, so that way it's shiny and it's fresh. Once we've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put my placemat down, and you guys know that I love these rattan placemats that I got at a store called Nail Hills. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna introduce a bone china plate with a gold rim, and then I'm going to use my magnolia plate that I just love the print of the magnolia. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so beautiful. And I cannot believe that I found them at a local thrift store. I'm just so in love with them. Okay, so then what I like to do is I'm going to bring a salt cellar, which has another type of flower, which is going to pick up from our arrangement. And for my glassware, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring this beautiful lavender and then also this beautiful pink right here. And that's going to really pull the colors from our centerpiece. Then for my napkin, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my Ralph Lauren napkin and I'm gonna put it on my right hand side. That's gonna also pull from the flowers right here. And for my flatware, I selected this beautiful flatware that is made in the gold. And that's gonna pull from the rim and it's just gonna make it more beautiful. So I'm gonna put my spoon and my knife on my right, like the word right, and then my fork on the left, like the word fork. That is a way to remember where the knives go. Fork has 4 letters, so that's the word left, and then spoon and knife have 5 letters, so that's the word right, and that's how they're placed. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna grab our centerpiece that is all the way over here, and I'm gonna place my centerpiece right here. All right, so now that I have all of my tapers here and I have given them a good clean, they're made out of crystal and I just had them in store. I haven't used them since Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my moss, and you guys know that I like to have a little bit of a separation between the actual candle holder and then also the taper. And then I like to make it look wild like this because it really gives it that more organic look and like a little bit less formal, and I just think that it brings so much character to my table. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna stick them like this. Let's do one more because I love the way this looks. And I have 5 here, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do 3 on one side and 2 on the other, continuing with the 3 2s and 1 set. So let me finish this and I will give you a full look of our tablescape all set up, and I really hope you like it. Okay everybody, so here is our table all decked out. Isn't this just absolutely gorgeous? And I just want to go through some of the details, and I want to start by mentioning the candles. Aren't those just absolutely beautiful? They are from Hobby Lobby, as you guys saw in the video, and I love the way they go with the floral arrangement and of course with the plates. I love the way this floral arrangement turned out. It is something super easy to make that I promise you can do it too. Just give it a try, get yourself some florals and practice. And if I can do it, let me tell you, so can you. Let's talk for a second about the source of inspiration for the whole tablescape, which is this magnolia print dish that was found at a local thrift store. And isn't that just absolutely stunning? I love the gold rim on it. I love the way they place so well with the napkin and with the knife and the spoon. It just pulls the gold and the floral from it all the way to the arrangement. Now I also want to bring out the fact that the stemware matches perfectly to the floral arrangement with the lavender tones and the pink and the just the absolute beauty of the arrangement and the plate. And I want to bring out also this little dish right here. It's a butter dish and it has another rose pattern to it, so it just plays with the floral theme of this particular centerpiece. And let's talk about the candles again. I just love the way they look. They are so beautiful and it just wells with everything else, you guys. I love the way this looks. It's super elegant, a little bit feminine. It is perfect for when my mom and my grandma come for dinner, and I cannot wait for them to see it. Be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know what is your favorite thing about this whole process. And if this is something that you like to do around the house for your family and friends, I cannot wait to hear from you. So be sure to leave me a comment down below. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love setting a table. Tablescapes is one of my favorite things. So leave me a hashtag with a tablescape down below if you want to see more tablescapes this year. I have so many ideas that I want to share with you when it comes down to tablescaping. All right, so now I'm going to share with you perhaps my favorite and the easiest wreath for spring and Easter that you will ever put together. Let's watch. All right, everyone, so we're going to make a beautiful wreath for your front door, and this is going to be a dual wreath DIY. So we're gonna tie two of these beautiful boxwood wreaths. They actually came from the 99-cent only store, and they were only around $7 each. They are super full, and I absolutely love the texture. I love them, and we're going to carry these particular wreaths all the way to Christmas. So we'll do something with fall, and then also for Christmas, and maybe even something for summer. For those reasons, I'm going to do something really beautiful for your spring door with this particular DIY. So I chose these wreaths, and then also I chose a selection of beautiful Easter and spring ribbons to tie in with a theme. And this orange, look how beautiful this one with the carrots is, and then there is one right here with the bunny and the carrots, and all of this is from the 99-cent only store. But of course you can use any ribbons that you like, that you have, or that you can find at any of your craft stores. This is just an idea I'm giving you. Also, I'm gonna use my wire cutters, my scissors that I always have it ready, and then I'm gonna use some wire that I already pre-taped with our florist tape. You guys know that those are the tools that I always use for my crafting. All right, so let's get started. The very first thing I'm going to do is going to attach these two wreaths, and I want them to be about yay. You probably won't see the bottom of it, but that's okay because most of it is gonna happen on the top anyway. But for that, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use some of this beautiful orange ribbon. And I love this orange. It's kind of like a carrot orange, and it's so beautiful. I am obsessed with it, and it is kind of like a burlap material. So I'm gonna cut about this much, probably about 2 feet of it, because what I want to do is I'm going to attach these guys together. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm gonna go through here, kind of let it tie like this. Then I'm gonna go through here. And what I want to do is I'm gonna glue this together so they hang like this. So I'm gonna put my hot glue gun to warm up, and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, so the first thing I did is I went ahead and added a few dabs of glue to this strip of ribbon, and then I put the glue to the back of it so that way you don't see it and it looks clean. But now what we're going to do is a beautiful bow for this, and I want the bow to really make a statement and just let the greenery be my kind of focal point. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my orange ribbon, and I want some longer tail, so I'm just gonna drop it on the floor. You guys know that I always like to do that. And I'm gonna start with a dovetail. Now this ribbon is such a good quality ribbon for only, I think I only pay 99 cents per bolt, and it is 3 yards for 99 cents, so that's not bad. So I want my loops to be really long, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pinch right here, and then I want this to be really floppy. But you know what? What really does make a good ribbon is the wire. If you find any ribbons anywhere that has a good wire, it really doesn't matter how much you pay for it, because what matters is that it has a good wire, so it kind of stands out to your wreath. So I'm gonna do a 3-loop bow like that. Then I'm going to introduce this one right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop it on the floor as well. And I'm gonna also do a loop, but you know what? For this, the bunnies need to go up, because when you flip over, that's when you see the bunnies, as you guys can see. And this is such a cute ribbon. Now this one, the wire is not as sturdy, so what you need to do is make smaller loops. So I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do another one right here and flip that ribbon so that your bunnies are facing up like this. And I also want a longer tail, so maybe I'm gonna do another loop, smaller loop, and then we'll do the tail for it. And look, you guys, how easy it really is to make a beautiful bow for your door like this. So now we have 2 of those colors that I want. And for this, you know what, I need to do that last one. Don't be afraid to do and undo your bows, you guys, because it really is all about finessing. And so as you can see, this is turning out so cute. And remember, I want some longer tails because I want the bow to be the statement on this piece right here. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna introduce the third one, and this is more like a satin. I'm gonna drop it on the floor, and this is gonna be kind of like our statement ribbon because it has that check and it ties in with a check bunny. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a smaller loop like that, and then I'm going to pinch right here, and I'm going to do another loop like this. Look how easy it is, just with one hand, and just never forget to flip that ribbon to where the pattern or the design or pattern on it, it's facing up. For this one, I'm only going to do 3 loops, kind of like the first one, so it really doesn't overtake the one with the bunny and the carrots, because I want that to be my statement ribbon, so I don't want to cover it like this. And make sure that you finesse all of these. Once you have that like that, you're gonna grab your wire and you're gonna go all the way up and through, and then you're gonna go back like this, and making sure that you have everything like this. What you need to do is you need to tie all together. You could also use a zip tie. You guys know that we here at Ramon at home like to use the zip ties, but for this particular instance, I'm just gonna go like this because I'm gonna use the same wire to attach my bow. And look how cute that is. So I'm gonna attach now right here on the top. I want to be the very top, and I want to go through all of my greeneries like this, and I'm gonna go back up, out, and with the same wire I'm gonna attach really tight. But then with the same wire that I have left over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a loop to hang from the door. So basically we just tie these 2 together. You kind of screw them together like this, and then you go and go around, and that gives you a loop to hang from your door, as you guys can see. So now what we need to do is we need to finesse all of our tails like this. Now this one, they went up, I want to cut it shorter, so I'm gonna cut a little short tail up, going up like that. And I'm going to cut this one this way, I'm gonna probably cut this one also short. Make sure you dovetail all of your ribbons. So I'm gonna dovetail all this, and I'm gonna put it on the door and show you what it looks like. Keep watching. All right, everyone, so here is the end result on this beautiful spring wreath. And as you guys can see, it's a dual wreath that goes all the way down the door, and it just looks so beautiful. I love the bow because it really makes a statement. As you guys can see, the pattern on the ribbon with the bunnies matches the other ribbon with the carrots, and it is just perfect for spring and Easter. But you can also replace that bow with another type of ribbon, and you have yourself a beautiful statement on your door all throughout summer if you like in the side. But I really hope that this was helpful to you and that you like this. Remember, just follow the instructions on how to create this beautiful wreath for your front door, and you too can have a gorgeous wreath in your door. Wasn't that just absolutely fun? So easy. All you have to do is tie those wreaths together, slap a bow in it, and you have yourself a gorgeous spring Easter wreath DIY. All right, you guys, well, that's all I have for today. I really hope you are enjoying the spring and Easter series. Remember, we're uploading a brand new video Monday through Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time here at Ramon at Home for the Easter Spring Season 2025. Thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and as always, you can watch more videos right now. Until next time, bye.